What's going on, everybody? So in this video, this is all going to be about my recent catastrophic fork failure. I had a fork that cracked earlier this week, and that ended up with me getting a crash and a little bit of road rash. So pay attention, don't jump to conclusions. This is a very important video. You know, you could possibly face this yourself, so I just want to take any preventative measures before you know, going on your next ride. I'm going to jump into that part too in terms of what to look for, but I'm just going to walk you through this video here and just show you what happened. But first, I just want to say, you know, this, you know, in the end, it's really no one's fault. You know, this can be a manufacturer fault. It could be the headset's fault that caused this. It can be user error. It could also be not having the correct compression plug. In the end, no one's going to give a damn besides your insurance company to fix your teeth if you were to knock them out, because they're the ones who's going to be making money off of you. So, you know, in the end, it's really nobody's fault. So just watch the video and stay tuned to the end, and you'll be able to see like the ride that led into, obviously, before this crash, if you want to stick around for that part. But yeah, just stay tuned and check it out. And yeah, we'll jump into any questions you have in the comments. Just drop them. Hey guys, this kind of sucks. Here with my road bike, and my fork just snapped. Was coming down the curb here, and then I just popped up this curb. I do it all the time. I popped up, and my front wheel looks like I just literally ripped off the fork because it completely snapped, and I fell over here, got a little road rash, and looks like a clean snap right there. So I gotta further inspect the incident in terms of like the impact or whatever it was. I don't think it was impact, but I think a lot of force that caused this to happen, because I had to pull up the front end of my bike in order to get up the curb. But that's unfortunate. I use a lot of torque wrenches all the time to tighten the parts of my bike, but I don't know what happened here. Had this bike for the better part of 6 years, and it's the first time this happened with this bike. So yeah, it's unfortunate. It's the Trek Emonda ALR with a carbon fork. So it's a clean rig. I'm gonna pick the bike up and put it against the wall there and just take another look at it, see what it looks like in the upright position. But a little shaken up a little bit from that crash, but all in all, just a little road rash. Yeah, I got a little road rash. I should start wearing knee pads, but hey, it happens, you know. Alright, so I have the bike here in the upright position. Get a better look at it outside the grass, but this is the clean snap. It really sucks. Trying to get a focus on that. You can see it here too. That's at the stem right there, which really sucks. Another angle there, but yeah. Again, just came up this curb, rode down, just like popped up, which I normally do to go down that path, and I guess the force just ripped out the stem here from the fork, which is a bummer. But this fork is finished, and I guess that's what you get sometimes with like carbon fiber. A lot of impacts can happen in this area, the front of the bike, with carbon fiber, especially if your bolt mounts are too tight. But I do use a torque wrench all the time and torque it to spec. This is torqued down to 5 Newton meters, and that's what it's supposed to be spec'd to when it comes to this fork and stem. So alright, y'all, so the video got cut a little short. Unfortunately, I had a crash and my fork snapped. So gonna end the video here. You probably see another video either before or after this regarding this crash. So yeah, but hey, these things happen. So check out that video somewhere, whether it's before or after. But you can see here, snapped right at the in, like I'll use a torque wrench, torque it to 5 newton meters, and still, I guess the force that happened when I pulled up to get up top the curb when I was riding caused it to rip off. But even so, I always do that, and that's the first time that's ever happened. So it's unfortunate, but hey, that's carbon fiber. You just got to be careful with it. It's very fragile. But looks like this bike is going to be out of commission for a while until I get another fork to replace it. So we'll likely contact Trek and see what's going on with it. But yeah, it's a bummer. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video of that sunrise. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace out. A bit shooken up from that crash. Got back to the place, and then the next day my knee was completely swollen and got a little bit sore, but thankfully only suffered a little road rash to the knee. No broken bones, so I'm extremely happy about that. Took the bike over to Coral Way Bike Shop, and thankfully Trek was able to warranty it, so they're going to be sending me over a new fork. And now I just wanted to just get into how to prevent something like this from happening so that you're out there and you can ride and not have to worry about something like this. So first off, you want to take a look at your steer tube. So take off your stem and just inspect your fork for wear. Make sure there aren't any wear marks. Make sure there aren't any signs of a crack, basically. And then you want to also just take a look at your compression plug. After my incident, I went on to look at my gravel bike. I completely pulled off the stem and I took out the compression plug only to find a short one that was in there from the manufacturer. So what that means is a lot of times I feel like these manufacturers, they give you these stock steer tube compression plugs. You got to take those out. And I think the way you want to do this, from what I've learned from my friend Chuck, who's basically an at-home master mechanic, was to measure the compression plug that you might need. So for instance, you want to measure from the top of the stem to the bottom underneath of the top bearing in your head tube. Again, you can see I have this image here of my gravel bike. You want to measure from the top of your stem to the bottom underneath your top bearing on your head tube. What's that going to do is provide more stability for that fork. The fork's going to be hollow if that plug doesn't extend all the way past that bearing. You want it to extend past that bearing. It's going to help reinforce that steer tube. It's going to provide more stiffness and just a bit more reinforcement for the forces and the stresses that's going to be happening when you're riding your bike. So that's one thing you can do. And just, always just make sure that you're checking your fork from time to time, especially if you're traveling with your bike and you need to take it apart. It doesn't hurt to just quickly look at it, So that's just some food for thought on how to prevent something like this from happening. I ordered a longer compression plug by Origin 8, and that's going to be on its way. I'm going to install that on the bike once the fork comes in from Trek. And this bike's going to be back on the road in another couple of weeks. So I'm just taking it easy right now, and I wanted to share with you all the ride that before this all happened. So if you want to stick around for that, feel free to check out that ride. It was a good time. Everything was going great until it didn't, basically. So thank you all for tuning in. And of course, if you have any comments and any thoughts, drop them in the comments below. We'd love to hear it. And I'm just trying to help out. And this is just information for yourself that you can just take with you and, check and try to prevent anything from happening to your own bike and yourself. Stay safe out there. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Peace out.